Now, as you may know, I was really inspired by all of HomeGood's crystal pieces, and I decided this year I would have a crystal Christmas. In my last video, I showed you how I made these crystal candle holders, but in HomeGoods, I also saw these beautiful sparkling crystal Christmas trees, and I wanted to try my hand at that. So today I want to show you how I created my own beautiful crystal Christmas trees and a few sparkling pieces to decorate my mantle this year. To make my smallest crystal tree, I'm using glass tea candle holders. I'm using 4 of these. These come 2 in a pack, and I got these from Dollar Tree. Also from Dollar Tree, I'm using a small amount of silver diamond wrap. From Hobby Lobby, a while back I picked up a pound of different shaped rhinestones. I'll be using this for a lot of my projects, but for this one I'm only using 1 piece. I'll be using a hot glue gun, and instead of E6000, I'm trying out this new Gorilla Glue Clear Grip. Okay, so I'm starting with 4 tea glass holders, and what I'm going to do is stack them one on top of the other to form a Christmas tree shape. So like I said, I'm trying out this new Gorilla Glue's version of E6000. I like Gorilla Glue because it seems to be strong. This is probably not as strong as the epoxy that I use, but it's much easier than mixing epoxy. And this has an odor, but to me it's not quite as strong as the E6000. And I'm putting the glue right on the inside edge, almost all the way around, and then I'm going to put just 2 dots of hot glue to hold this in place while it dries, because this will slip around. So you want to make sure it's centered and it's lined up straight. And I'm just doing the same for all 4 pieces. Now, I made a small tree, but you can make this as tall as you like by adding more pieces. So I'm going to add a topper to this tree, and I have this tub of different rhinestone shapes, and I'm going to pull out a star shape and just put 2 of those pieces together, and I'm going to use that to top this tree. So I'm going to put a little dot of hot glue on one of the pieces and just make sure it's lined up and stick those 2 together. Now this is acrylic with a silver backing, but I think it looks a lot like a crystal cut glass. So right at the center and the top there's a little hole, and I'm putting a little bit of that Gorilla Glue in the center and then some hot glue around it, and then I'm gonna just stick the star there and hold it for a few seconds. And now you see you have a nice little simple crystal Christmas tree for about $2 and some change. Now this looks great as it is, but just to add a little sparkle, I'm going to cut a single row of diamond wrap. And with a little hot glue, I'm just going to wrap it around in between each level, just to trim the tree with a little sparkle. And this is what you'll have. For my next crystal Christmas tree, I'm also using 4 glass tea candle holders and a rhinestone topper, along with 4 silver Dollar Tree napkin rings and 4 crystal bracelets that I also found at Dollar Tree. For this tree, I'm going to be separating each piece with these silver rings. So I'm going to place and glue a ring inside each tea candle holder. And for this, I'm putting a little Gorilla Glue around the top and a couple of dots of hot glue. Then I'm going to place and center the tea candle holder on top of that and make sure everything is lined up straight. I'm doing the same for all 4 pieces. Next, I'm gluing the cymbal pieces on top of each other. And you want to make sure that those pieces are lined up and straight. Let that sit and dry, and then you'll have a piece that looks like this. Now to top this one, I decided to use a square shape to make a diamond at the top of the tree. And to trim this tree, I'm going to put a crystal bracelet at each level of the tree. And you could glue these in place if you like, but right now I'm just going to drape them. For my largest crystal tree, I'm using one tall Dollar Tree vase that tapers in at the top, 3.5 bags of large clear glass gems, 1 glass tea candle holder, diamond wrap, and 1 rhinestone topper. You might want to start by washing your clear gems. Sometimes when they come out of the bag, they look a little dusty, and you want these to be crystal clear. On the flat side of the gem, you're going to put a drop of the Gorilla Glue and a drop of the hot glue, and glue that just about a 1/2 inch above the bottom of the vase. And we're going to glue and center a gem on each side of the vase. Now, starting with one side, I'm going to put gems all the way up to the top of the vase. But the second row I want to flare out, so I'm going to overlap it. To do this, I'm putting a drop of glue at the top on one side of the gem I'm about to put down, and I'm also putting a drop of Gorilla Glue at the top of the gem that I already glued down. And then I'm going to put a drop of hot glue next to the Gorilla Glue on the piece that I'm putting down next, and a drop of hot glue on the piece that's already down. And then I'm going to overlap that and press it to the glass so it looks like this. Now I'm going to do the same to the rest of the pieces, going all the way up to the top, but it's not going to overlap quite as much as the first one. Something like this. And we're doing the same on each side of the vase, bringing those gems all the way up to the top. Now next we want to do the same process for the corner angles of the vase. Now we're going to start at the bottom, and since we're gluing on the corner, we're going to put the glue right in the middle, like a line right down the middle of the Gorilla Glue and the hot glue, and just stick that to the corner at the bottom to line up with the very bottom row of gems. And we're going to do all 4 corner bottom rows first. Now as you go up on each corner, you're going to have to try to hold it against the piece to see where it overlaps, so you know where to put the glue, because it's not going to always sit on the corner on the glass piece. So you may have to put the glue in different positions on the piece as you go up. After you finish gluing all the corner pieces, you want to do one more row on the flat sides between the last piece and the very top of the lip. And you need to make sure that those pieces do not go above the very top edge. And I'm only doing the flat sides at the top, not the corner edges. Now to close off the top of the tree, I am gluing a tea candle holder upside down at the very top. And since all the gems are round, I think this time I'm going to use a round rhinestone to top the tree. And finally, I added a row of diamond wrap at the bottom to dress the base. Now this piece is pretty heavy because it's solid glass, but for $6 I think it makes a nice comparable piece to that large crystal tree that I saw in Home Goods. Now to make my last sparkling Christmas trees, I'm using one large poster board I got from Dollar Tree in black, a flat glass candle dish, a couple of silver plastic bowls, fine dust gold glitter, fine dust silver glitter, and large and small pieces of silver glitter. I picked up these from Michael's. And I'm using Scotch tape and Mod Podge. Okay, for this I want to make 3 cone shapes out of my poster board. And the first one, I'm going to have this be the full length of the poster board, which is 22 inches. So I'm going to start by using a ruler and I'm going to use the top edge as a point, and I'm going to mark 22 as I rotate the ruler around the poster, keeping the 0 point in place. And now I'm going to cut along those dots to make a curve at the bottom. Next, I'm going to roll this to make a cone shape, making sure that the top is pointed. And I want to make sure the bottom fits inside this candle dish perfectly because I want to use that as a base. So I'm going to roll it so that it fits just inside the candle dish. And when I get the shape that I want, I'm going to use some clear tape to tape the edges together. And more tape to smooth out the edges and close up the point at the top. Now with the rest of the poster board, I think I can make 2 more cone shape. So I measured the rest of what was left, which was about 13.5 inches, and I'm going to make another arc shape. Then I'm going to cut that shape in half, and then I'm going to cut the bottom part of one arc to make a shorter cone. And instead of rolling this in on itself, I'm just going to round the shape a little bit and bring the edges together and tape them. And this will give me 3 different size cones. So now to give my cones that sparkly look, I'm using glitter. I'm going to use quite a bit of fine glittered silver dust and a little bit of gold. Then I'm going to mix in some medium-sized silver pieces and then lots of large silver pieces. And those different sized silver pieces mixed with the fine dust pieces will give it a crushed glass mirrored look. So now one at a time I'm going to paint each cone with Mod Podge and then sprinkle the glitter mixture all around it. And when you finish sprinkling the whole piece, you want to go back and just sort of pat down the big pieces that are sticking up so that it's nice and smooth. After all 3 pieces are done, I'm going to take my first largest piece and glue the bottom to this candle dish. For the 2 smaller pieces, I decided to use the silver bowls as a base. So I'm hot gluing those to the bowls. Just make sure you put the glue where the end of the cone meets the base. And for less than $5 for all 3 of these, I have some fabulous sparkly Christmas tree cones that can totally rival the ones in the store. Now I think I'm all set for a sparkly crystal Christmas mantle this year. But I am not done yet with my crystal creations, so stay tuned. I have some exciting news. I've taken all of your favorite Your House or Home projects from the first few years and combined them all into one beautiful step-by-step project guide. Voila! It's called Your House or Home Book of Elegant Home Crafts. Volume 1 in this series is 40 projects with beautiful full-color images and instructions for everything from home decor to wedding projects. And I included all of my coffee filter flowers along with coffee filter petal templates. This book will be the perfect hands-on guide for all of your projects and the perfect gift for your favorite crafter. Available right now. And get the hardcover coffee table book for $10 off by using the coupon code in the information tab below. This offer only available on my bookshop for the hardcover. Paperback and ebook available on Amazon.com. Click on the link above to get your copies. Follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Snapchat at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV for daily home, food, and gardening tips.